Just make sure the stream is on. Yes. I think we're live.
Okay.
Let me just double check here.
Yeah, you're live.
Yeah?
Just this loading video right now
Okay. Alright guys, welcome to our 5v5 finals stream with your shoutcaster right here, Balls in your cup, followed by my fellow other shoutcaster, Dino. Say hi, Dino.
Hello. All right, guys. Tonight we're hosting the final game for the 5v5, and we're in the champion select currently. And as we see the bans for the two teams.
Yeah, we see both teams pulling out the bans here. We see a Blitzcrank.
We'll be streaming the finals for the 5v5 tournament, and you guys can check it out at Noble Gaming LOL on Twitch.
We see the Blitzcrank ban over here, as well as a Thresh and a Shyvana.
Blue team is targeting the support of the purple team, which is Pro Paladin. And it looks as if he's going to be a problem, so that's why they are targeting his supports currently.
Definitely.
And the purple team is just doing a bunch of general bans, which is Evelynn, Riven, and Jinx, which are all really extremely strong champions for the lanes.
It seems like blue team is going for a Sona pick with Vayne as well. What do you think about that combination, Dino?
All right, so Vayne is trying to sustain early game, which is extremely difficult for her to fight someone, especially someone like Draven. So that's why she probably prefers a Sona pick to be able to sustain her through laning phase. And we see a first pick Kassadin for blue team, which is sort of risky, but again, it always depends on who he's going up against. And Swift will be the one to go up against Kassadin in mid lane.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure about that because last tournament I saw Swift actually play Amumu and was absolutely demolishing the enemy team, and the result was they won that tournament. So we'll see what he's gonna do this time around.
That's going mid lane, possibly to counter Kassadin. And for Kingmeister, who's usually the AD carry.
Yeah, we're gonna see some switching up of the champions here by purple team. So I'm not quite sure if Swift is gonna actually jungle or mid this game.
All right, so looks like there's going to be an Annie support for Pro Paladin, and Silent Blade will be jungling Amumu. Meanwhile, on the blue team, Rev will be going top lane against Lee Sin, and Vi will be jungling, a very strong jungler, and she has a great potential for counter jungling. So Amumu is going to have a difficult time early game.
Yeah, absolutely. If this Vi can capitalize on that early invade for the jungle, Amumu is going to be in a lot of trouble here. From the teams and the team comps that we see here, viewers, what are your opinions? Who do you think is going to win this game? Give us your thoughts in the comments.
I think that the purple team has the edge mid to late game. but the blue team does have a Vayne, and they do have a Kassadin. But so if they manage to get the Vayne to farm for late game, that will be their trump card. But the purple team definitely has the AOE advantage and possibly better team fight. So they really have to try to dominate their laning phase against the purple team.
Absolutely agree there.
Chance late game. All right, guys, we're waiting for the delay time, and we'll be hosting it right after.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, feel free to write in the chat. We will see what your opinions are on both these teams and who you guys think will win this tournament, 5v5 tournament final tonight. And yeah, if you guys also want any tips about League of Legends and about certain positions you play yourself in the game, we'll be looking over the chat as well. Maybe we can give you some tips and pointers on that.
It looks as if Annie brought Ignite to the bottom lane, so um, early game bottom lane will be extremely dangerous for Vayne and Sona because they definitely want to avoid the Annie stun, and she just goes really well with high damage dealer 80 carries, someone like Draven, and what they want to do early game bot lane blue team is just to farm and probably get to level 6 as fast as possible to have a better chance.
Now, I don't know, Dina, what do you think about this top lane matchup, Yasuo versus Lee Sin?
I think
It could go either way, right?
it could go either way, but I think Lee Sin will have the edge because Lee Sin has automatic sustain in lane and he can lifesteal, and I think he's a much better dueler than Yasuo. Again, depends on how skilled these players are at playing their champs.
Absolutely. It's all going to come down to mechanics for top lane. And in the bot situation, so if Sona plays her cards right for Vayne, Vayne can be a lot of hurt for bot lane. So if Sona can get those initiations properly and shut down this Draven, this might be an advantage for Vayne. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough lane for bot lane. Other than that, mid lane, what do you think about Ryze and Kassadin?
Rise definitely is a great pick for Kassadin, especially early game because Kassadin is not much of a threat at level 6 until level 6, and Rise will be able to harass this Kassadin out of the lane level 6, which is basically all the Kassadin has, and he's most likely looking forward to doing that. Unless he does something about this Kassadin early game, Kassadin can farm a lot mid to late game, and once he builds Tier of Goddess and he stacks the tier fully and builds his Seraph's Embrace, he will be a tough champion to deal with, as he will Rift Walk all over the place. And his roaming potential is great too because he brought teleport to this game. So they will have to look out for him, and especially in bot lane because if he starts roaming bot lane at level 6, the purple team will be in great trouble. So now we're loading into the game.
Not quite yet. We're still on the loading screen here. But definitely agree with you there. Kassadin can be a lot of hurt for the lanes if he starts roaming and gets fed. So they have to be very, very careful of that mid lane, and Ryze has to be play his cards right as well, and make sure that Kassadin does not start roaming. But other than that, let's just take a look at the skins here. We see Officer Vi looking quite sexy tonight.
Sure.
And we see a Gladiator Draven skin. I actually really like that skin. Even though I don't really play Draven, but
Yeah,
it's just one of those skins.
Draven skin.
Looks like a pretty cool skin. What's that icon over there on Annie? Do you see that? 2014?
One of the LCS teams, or not LCS, one of the World Championship teams. Most likely.
Ah, I haven't seen that before. Okay, so it seems like we've gone into the game here.
Alright, so standard build for Vi, and Yasuo started Doran's Blade, which is not a bad item on him because he doesn't use mana, and with the Doran's Blade and the lifesteal that he gets from that, he should be able to do fine against the top laner, which is Lee Sin.
Absolutely, I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, Yasuo is gonna have some poking potential with that Doran's Blade. Oh, we see Exo getting caught out over here. It might be a first blood, and no. Purple team almost pulled off a first blood on blue team. Kassadin getting caught out in the jungle, just purple team rushing to that bush fast enough. And just getting lucky over there.
Down for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes now. 4.5 minutes, I believe. Amumu's starting blue buff. It's a standard start for him. He really needs that early mana regen in order to clear his jungle. Vi, on the other hand, starting red because she can go to her blue buff after and gank top lane first thing. Lee Sin, looks like Lee Sin is going mid lane against the Kassadin because he probably thinks he can out-trade the Kassadin early game and do a lot better against him.
Yeah, we see a lane swap over here. Yeah, we see a lane swap over here. Lee Sin is apparently going mid, while Ryze is going up top against Yasuo. And we'll see how that will work out.
And we see that he started a red pot in lane, so he's definitely looking to all-in Kassadin at some point around level 6 or maybe even earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking to go really aggressive in lane.
Oh, we see the Q landing, getting some early harass on Kassadin. Trying to zone him from the farm. Kassadin right there to exchange though. See her here on bot lane over here. We're getting some oh, we might see a first blood over here actually, and get first blood for purple team. Lee Sin absolutely zoning Kassadin.
Lee Sin popped his red pot and killed Kassadin. We saw that one coming because he started red pot and that's what he was looking for in lane. Meanwhile in bot lane, they're trading pretty equally. Vayne and Draven. Vayne is a little more successful because she's obviously getting heals from Sona, and Annie is just looking to stun one of these guys and quickly turn the tides around.
Yeah, absolutely. Purple team right now putting on the pressure on blue team with that Annie support and just getting that early game to reject Vayne from farm. We see Annie start putting out some wards over here and just taking over that lane for now.
Meanwhile, Kassadin in lane, he wasn't able to get any proper items when he went back, and Lee Sin comes back with a Doran's Blade.
So we see initiation on mid lane here. Vi grabbing onto Lee Sin with the double buff, but does not have enough damage to finish him off for a kill for blue team. But definitely great initiation by blue team jungle Vi.
Lee Sin trying to lifesteal his way back, and Kassadin does not have enough mana to keep on harassing this guy. He definitely needs the next blue buff, which will come up around 7 minutes or around 8 minutes, the next blue buff will come up for team.
Sorry, we're gonna come back up top here. Yasuo igniting Rise and diving him under the turret, but both characters will actually be going down, and that will be a kill for each of them. But that was some great play by Yasuo, just getting a little too overextended.
Probably worth it more for Yasuo because
Absolutely.
he's out farming Rise.
Sorry, we see an initiation on mid lane here. Amumu coming in for a gank on Kassadin with the bandage toss and red buff, and they will pick up the kill. On bot lane as well, we see an initiation.
Sin.
And Vayne will finish off Draven.
Vayne getting a kill on bot lane. She's quite behind in CS, but that kill will definitely help her come back. Kassadin teleporting back mid lane so that he doesn't lose farm, though he's getting low again. And, things are not looking good for this Kassadin at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Lee Sin taking over this laning phase and just being a bully to this Kassadin. Kassadin's not going to be in a good stage over here if he wants to start roaming anytime soon, so that's not looking good for mid lane.
Yeah, it looks like he used up the teleport, and he won't be able to roam anytime soon. Not at least he gets a few items and it's any help to any other lane.
We see the bandage toss missed by Amumu, but Ghost trying to catch up to Yasuo, but just rejected by that block. Putting out the lens to check for wards, but not a great initiation by Amumu over here. But we return back to mid lane, and we see that Vi came in actually for a gank on Lee Sin, getting him very low, and giving some time for Kassadin to farm up mid lane.
The goals are equal so far for both teams. Even so, the purple team has a kill ahead, but the blue team is definitely doing a lot better in farm in the respective lanes. Kassadin, that is 2 kills behind, is currently out CSing Lee Sin, and Yasuo is basically dominating his lane in terms of CS, and minions are pushing towards top lane now. Looks like the mid and top are going to swap for purple team because apparently they believe that they will be able to do better with the swap.
And it seems like they just paused the game here. The Draven on bot lane for purple team is lagging, so we'll have to stand by until they resume the game here. So viewers over here, what do you guys think of the game so far? What's your guys' opinions?
Looks like we have a few angry comments in the chat.
It's okay. You know, Dino, I have to say haters are gonna hate, but you know, that's how it is. Yeah, we still do our thing.
So we see for their builds, we see Vi and Amumu both finishing their Spirit Stone. Amumu doesn't have boots, but Vi definitely got her boots because she definitely needs more speed for ganking because her gap closer is a lot shorter than Amumu's. Kassadin still hasn't built any AP, and looks like he will be going for Rod of Ages, a Catalyst and a Rod of Ages as his first item from that Ruby Crystal. And Vayne clearly going for Blade of the Ruined King from the Bilgewater.
Sorry to interrupt here, but the game seems to have resumed, and we're back in the game here live. But yes, finish up with what you're saying there, Dino.
Yes, so Vayne is going for Bilgewater Cutlass, and for the supports, so far they haven't built anything
sorry to interrupt here, but Amumu coming in for an ult, and they will take out the Kassadin on mid lane. Amumu just harassing this Kassadin, and they were just exchanging blows over there, and Kassadin and Rise just flashed in for an ultimate to finish him off. You see bot lane, Draven and Annie still harassing that bot lane, Vayne and Sona. Just absolutely pushing that lane, pushing it down, and we see Lee Sin on.
Now ahead by 300 gold, and we can see that things are looking really well for Lee Sin as he is going. He's starting to roam between top and middle to be able to help his fellow teammate Rise, which is extremely behind. With only 16
Oh, we
CS.
see the Ignite landing on the Yasuo. Lee Sin diving, and I'm not sure if he's going to finish off Yasuo. No, Yasuo lives with about 50 HP. Yeah, and it seems like Lee Sin was almost about to kill Yasuo under his turret over there. Great mechanics by that Lee Sin. Which are just turning up the plays.
Now, he has his tier, and he's starting to stack his tier. He has 2 kills.
Oh, we see the anti-stun coming in. Sona going down on bot lane. Sorry to interrupt there, Dino, but bot lane there was a huge initiation by both Draven and Annie. And Sona goes down. So it's 5-2 in kills for purple team so far. Not sure if blue team's going to get out of this one, but they'll have to do something drastic to get the game flow changing in their direction.
Yes, blue team really wants to. They really need to start doing something about this. Either a dragon fight or maybe try a little more successful ganking for their lanes, because once it gets to team fights, there's no stopping the Annie initiation followed up with the Amumu.
Absolutely. They need to start taking over this game right now, or else it's going to be too late. We see Kassadin going in for Rise, and Vi coming in for the gank. Both junglers in mid lane. We see Vi going in with the double buff. They might pick up a kill on Amumu under tower, but no. Amumu landed his bandage toss, but Vi actually re-engages onto that fight. Amumu ulting under.
Stun under the tower, and a double kill from.
Yo. You can't do that when I'm like in the middle of it. You can, just like we gotta do it one at a time, okay?
Alright.
Okay, but anyways, yes. So we see both Lee Sin and Amumu are low in health. We see a battle on top lane here. Yasuo against Lee Sin. We're still going at it. Lee Sin flashing in, trying to get the kill on Yasuo. Yasuo's shield coming up. Might have enough to finish him off over here. Lee Sin fighting for his life. I don't think he'll get out of this one. Oh, what a dodge. Puts in the ward. Nice try by Lee Sin, but Yasuo catches him out here. We see a teleport down on bot lane. Kassadin coming in for a gank. Might have enough damage to finish off Annie. No, they will not go under the turret. But it was a great attempt by blue team. So yeah, anyways here, Dino, you still here?
Yep.
Okay. Someone left the channel. I thought you left by accident. Okay, we see top lane Amumu scanning for wards over here with blue buff. They might come in for an initiation here by Amumu on Yasuo. Lee Sin being a little aggressive here. Definitely landing a stun, pushing Yasuo out of the lane. Just way too tanky for Yasuo to just stand there, and with the minions pushing, it's not helping him. Kassadin coming up, maybe to help out Yasuo while he goes back, or maybe even try to get a kill on Lee Sin here. We see, meanwhile on bot lane, we see Vi coming onto Draven with the Annie ult coming in, but Vi actually might even get a kill on Draven here, and yes, he will. We see blue team coming out on the advantage, and Draven just had nowhere to go for that one, and he could not save him with the 3-man gank on bot lane. So the gold looks like it's only about roughly almost 2k apart, but I would say 1.6, 1.5. Or sorry, no, now it's about almost even for purple team. But yeah, no towers taken down yet. Blue team needs to put a little bit more pressure, but they are coming back in kills in this game. And just making sure here, Dino, are you still watching the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can come in anytime you want. So what do you think about the blue team's comeback here?
Looks like they caught up with the gold, and they're currently ahead, even though they're kill behind. Not sure when they're gonna look for a team fight at Dragon, but they probably want to avoid team fights for now. They're starting to look good in laning phase, and their champions are starting to scale in their favor. So they can stall the game. They have the. It's probably much better for them to stall the game. Purple team is looking to push down the towers.
Sorry, but we missed out here. We saw blue team catching out a Mumu near the Baron River. Just absolutely crushed by blue team. And we see blue buff being given to Caston over here, and bot lane being pushed by purple team as soon as they saw that initiation. I think purple team's going to grab their first tower over here, the first tower of the game, going to purple team. And the anti-stun coming in, Vayne.
Move by Vayne.
Yeah, definitely not a smart move by Vayne over there not to stay and protect that turret. That turret was going to go down regardless. So that was not a good move by Vayne. See Yasuo putting some pressure up on top. And purple team looking for their first dragon of the game as well after that tower take. Blue team has no idea this is going on. There's no wards around the map.
They put a pink down near the dragon, so they know that the blue team has no vision of the dragon. And Annie and Draven by themselves, they can take this down. They have enough damage.
Yeah, they definitely will take this down and grab the dragon for purple team. Now we see a Mumu Bandage Toss coming in on top lane here, trying to get a gank on Yasuo, but Lee Sin about half health. But meanwhile that was happening, we saw Vi actually grab a kill on sorry, not Kassadin grabbing a kill on Ryze with that Vi gank. So blue team wants to get that mid tower right now. And it seems like they will. Oh, but they decide to back off actually, and it's about quarter health.
At this point, it looks like Lee Sin is no longer able to trade with Yasuo, and Yasuo took Lee Sin down, and Amumu picked up the kill. Things are still pretty much even in gold. Vayne got his Blade of the Rune King, and Draven got a Bloodthirster. Standard items for both champions. And Yasuo is really ahead.
We see Ryze coming here, sorry, with the ultimate. Tibbers coming down, take out Sona. Ryze is also here with the rest of purple team, but Kassadin follows up with a counter engage. Kassadin getting away here, but pulling a kill on Annie. Ryze is 1v1ing Vayne, but actually takes down Vayne in the process with just barely any health.
Ryze looking to think, is blue buff, and Cassidy covering for the blue team in bot lane. Meanwhile, Lee Sin decided to get a brutalizer for a little armor pen, and he's roaming because he knows that at this point there's no point dueling the Yasuo in lane. So he's trying to get ahead and push down mid lane.
Seems like Yasuo take down top turret as well. We saw an engage on bot lane. What's it called? Draven being taken down by Vi, and almost just barely getting away, but just not fast enough. Vi caught up to him just in time. We see the towers are even now. It's 2 towers to 2 towers. Kills only by 1 differential here, and gold is pretty even as well. So the game's going pretty even. Blue team coming back in this game. We saw purple team taking advantage and being a little bit of a bully, but things might turn around. We see blue team in mid lane now, trying to get that mid tower, but Amumu there not confident enough to go in for that because the rest of his team are behind.
As we can see, laning phase is over, and both teams are trying to push down on each lane. Lee Sin notices Yasuo being gone from top lane, so he sees this chance as for him to push top. Meanwhile, a fight happening in mid lane, Sona goes down, Vayne goes down at the same time, and blue team completely getting crushed in this team fight. Vi goes to help, and I believe she has her ultimate. She doesn't get the chance to use it, and Vi does not go down. And the goal difference is still almost similar for both teams. Draven looks like he will be going for armor pen, Last Whisper next, and Vayne looks like she will be going for Phantom Dancer.
Sorry, we see Amumu trying to take blue buff, and he does, but sees Yasuo, and Yasuo catches him out and pulling off a kill, but Yasuo going down as well, not realizing Lee Sin and Annie were actually in the area as well and take him down in the process. Dragon is about to be up in about 53 seconds here, so we can see that. Sorry, Dino, who took the first dragon again? Was it purple team?
The purple team, as Draven and Annie's got the dragon by the.
Sorry, we see a team fight on top lane here. We see not team fight. Sorry, an initiation by Vi and blue team. Cassidy will go down in the process because of that double buff by Lee Sin, but Vi and Sona will finish off Lee Sin, and Sona will pick up the kill.
So the shutdown gold goes to Sona. Probably not the ideal thing for the blue team, but the kill is still a kill, and maybe Sona will be able to use the kill to get more vision on the map. Amumu is quite ahead in terms of farm, ahead of I, and the purple team going for their second dragon of the game. Rise is looking to defend and stop the blue team from going inside the dragon pit. Looks like after a long team fight, the dragon is still up, and
we see a teleport coming in. A teleport coming in by Cassidy. Kassadin wants to finish off that Amumu. Amumu will go down. Dragon's still up though. Vi coming in with the ultimate. Kassadin and Vi will try to take down Draven in this process, but Draven doing too much damage here, but not enough to finish off Kassadin, and blue team will come out of that fight and actually take the dragon in the process as well.
Both teams were really equal in terms of gold up until now, and now blue team is quite a bit ahead, as they're about 1,000 gold ahead of the purple team. So we can see that Rise is going for the standard full mana build, which we all know he scales on mana. So that's why he went for Rod of Ages, and probably going for a Frozen Heart, and his tier is being farmed for Seraph's Embrace. Meanwhile, Kassadin got his Rod of Ages as well, and he will be going for a Void Staff, I believe, because he is going to need the Magic Pen to kill that Rise.
Absolutely there, Dino. He'll definitely need some more Magic Pen if he wants to take out that Rise. Sorry, but we see a team fight going on here, and Lee Sin goes down the process. Mumu coming in with the ult. Purple team want to engage on this,
Mumu
but
does not see his teammates around him.
yeah, I definitely not see his teammates.
Team.
Yeah, his teammates were way too behind there to help him out, but he was taking all the damage over there, but didn't realize that Draven got caught out by the rest of the blue team. We see Vi trying to kill Rise over here. Kassadin trying to come out and help him as well. Will they take out Rise on the tower? I'm not sure. Rise putting out a lot of damage, but Vi won't be able to pick up that kill because Annie got there just in time to save his to save his keister.
We can see that Yasuo is really ahead of everyone else, both in his own team and comparing to the other team. He already has his Infinity Edge as well as Static Shiv, and we believe that he will be going for probably Bloodthirster, or maybe even Blade of the Ruined King. On the purple team, Amumu is doing really well, and purple team's gold is spread out quite equally, while the blue team is mostly focused on Yasuo, and Kassadin has quite a bit of gold as well. He's doing fine. The gold for both team are almost exactly the same again. They're still fighting each other equally. We'll see if a team fight happens that can shift this gold in favor of one of these teams. Great game so far, guys.
Yeah, it's sorry, I apologize. But I'm a little bit sick today. But yes, definitely the game is actually pretty even in this state. It seems like both teams are colliding pretty well, having some good team fights here and there. We see Kassadin, he was pretty behind early game, but now he's starting to bounce back up. But he has to be careful with those dives and make sure Amumu needs to make sure that the rest of his teammates are around for these team fights, or else he's going to be caught by himself and leaving the AD carry defenseless, and we don't want that to happen. So we see a team fight here, Dino.
And uses his ultimate. Vi gets caught, she gets killed. Vayne almost gets burst down. She uses her flash to get away. Meanwhile, Lee Sin puts a ward down to go in. He goes in, and not a good idea for him. He almost gets taken out. And quite an even team fight again. The gold still hasn't changed. they're almost equal. Going in again. Kassadin dies, Lee Sin also dies, and looks like purple team wins this team fight, and finally shifting your gold about 1k to their favor. And Vi comes back with a great counterattack, stealing the double buff back from Draven.
Yeah, Draven's overstaying his position there. He should have went back as soon as possible with the amount of health he had.
So far, balls in your cup, what I noticed is that the junglers on both teams are extremely, they've been doing a great job. Out of everyone on every role on both teams, the junglers have been doing the greatest so far. They've made the less mistakes on each team, and they have amazing scores.
I absolutely agree with you there. I definitely absolutely agree with you there. You rarely see it, but these junglers right here are making the plays for their team, so that's why the game is pretty even. Both junglers putting in their part, but we see a team fight over here. And Dino, you want to take over this team fight over here?
Rise, looks like Rise comes back in the team fight, and Draven once again gets caught. Amumu goes in to save his team, but a little too late for that because Rise is not going to be able to come back and help him out. Amumu finally gets caught, and now blue team is again ahead in terms of gold. Rise is not a good idea for him to stay and defend this. He gets caught, and the tower goes down. The gold shifts towards the blue team by about 3k, and I believe this is the point where the blue team will have the advantage, and the purple team needs to do something about it. They either have to take Baron or maybe have a better team fight.
Yeah, so it seems like blue team will pick up the ace and the inhibitor in the process with 2 towers. Yeah, that's some bad luck by purple team. Purple team need to regain the control of this game if they want to win this game. And just great job by blue team coming back in this game from the early stages. Absolutely great chemistry.
Looks like the purple team will pick up the dragon. I think it's it's their second dragon in the game so far. They've got the dragon twice, and the blue team got the dragon once. It will be a little, it will be significant at this point for them to make a comeback with this gold.
Yeah, you definitely.
They still have to push back the super minions that are falling through because of their.
Yeah, you definitely can't leave those dragons vulnerable. And we see a team fight initiation here. Mumu with the ultimate, and Lee Sin will take out Sona in the process. Anti-stun coming in. We see Draven getting ulted by Vi, just absolutely getting shredded by the rest of Blue Team. Blue Team focusing on Draven. Draven goes down. Yasuo taking out Amumu in the process with a double kill for Yasuo. Blue Team only with Vi up, and the rest of Purple Team will actually ace the rest of Blue Team in this process. Great job by Purple Team getting back in this game with that team fight. Wow, what a match we have right now. It's just head-to-head combat, just non-stop.
Extremely equal fighting.
Definitely.
And they're looking to push down as fast as they can, possibly to take down an inhibitor. I don't think they will have the time to take down an inhibitor. So they go back and they try to look for the blue buff and the red buff of the blue team. The buffs are both up, and I think they can successfully steal. Riot's got the blue buff for the blue team, and we see the Kassadin teleporting towards the top minions.
It seems like Blue Team
will be going for an early Baron.
Yeah. It seems like blue team want to prepare for a Baron, start sniffing around that Baron, putting some wards up. Purple team has no idea that they have wards over there, so purple team's got to start warding as well and being careful because super minions are pushing that mid lane. So purple team have to be around Baron and make sure that blue team doesn't take advantage of this.
I think they had a suspicion. They probably didn't want to do Baron. They had a suspicion that the purple team was going for it. That's why Kassadin teleported in. And we see over here that Annie goes really low, and the blue team tries to initiate as fast as possible and take advantage of this. But the purple team disengages really quick. Amumu goes back in, does an AoE ult, and catches 4 people in the ult. Lee Sin gets 2 kills, Amumu gets the 3rd one. And Draven just shreds Vi, and purple team just dominates this team fight.
Yeah.
This is not looking good for the blue team.
Yeah, absolutely great counter engage by purple team, knowing when to go in there. Blue team just getting a little too over aggressive and hungry for that, even though they have super minions. But purple team just knowing how to position themselves in that team fight, and purple team will pick up that almost an ace, but will push for these Nexus towers.
The only person up for the blue team is the Kassadin, and he goes down as well. Looks like the game will be over.
Yeah, it looks like this is game.
And
it looks like purple team
gets the game.
Gets this game with that great engagement on mid lane by Amumu. So purple team coming out with the win here. Blue team having that early struggle, starting to come back in this game, but just wasn't enough and couldn't get the chemistry together to pull off some great team fights. And purple team coming out victorious and absolutely destroying this blue team. It was a very close match, but with that slight advantage of those engages, purple team come out victorious. And we will be right back with an interview from one of the players of the winning team from tonight's 5v5 in a draft tournament. I'm your shoutcaster, Balls in your cup, as well. We've got my fellow shoutcaster, Dino, and we'll be right back with a player from the other team. So stay tuned.